Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Critical Thinking. So it's about a group of kids, 5 kids, Latino and black, who come from like one of the toughest, ghetto type neighborhoods in Miami, and make their way into a chess championship under the tutelage of their teacher, or motivation of their whatever, I think it's John Leguizamo. He's the only one in this that I recognize. I'm assuming he's the chess teacher or whatever, coach. So, hour and 57 minutes. It's only 5 point something on IMDb, but only 157 people have rated it so far. So, let me get into it, see if it's any different than what the synopsis says, and then ultimately let you know what I think. So, stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Critical Thinking. We're at the 1 hour, 9 minute, and 52 second mark. Over halfway. It's an hour and 57 minute film. So it's a longer one. But it's really good, I think. It's a lot better than whatever I said the ratings were, I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm sure you could probably get it. It's based on a true story about these kids in this from Jackson, Miami High School. I think that's what it is. And how they are really good at chess, and and John Leguizamo is the teacher there, and the course is called Critical Thinking, but they're chess players. So, but it shows not only the gang life that's kind of around them and the things that happen, but it also shows their home life and some of the things that they go through as well, because they're not rich by any stretch of the imagination. The school doesn't help with anything, so if they want to go to a tournament, they have to find ways to pay for it themselves because the school's not helping. So, it's all that into there. And it's seeing, one thing I do like is the camaraderie between them. So it's like 4 of them who went to the first regional championship, whatever, but they're all like friends. They even got one guy who came into the class a little bit late, but he has kind of clicked with them all, and all 4 of them are really good friends. So it's kind of neat in that aspect. I really like that part, and I like the teacher's point of view and the way he acts and how he's motivational and stuff like that. So I think it's a really good story, and I think it's being told really well. So we'll see where it goes from here. I'm sure it's going to continue to get better, but I'm also wondering what kind of tragedy might happen or something like that. When's the downside? I mean, there is a little bit. They show a little bit of the downside here and there, but it's pretty good. So, all right, that's it. Rambling here. I'm gonna get back to it here. Just about 50 minutes left, so I'll be back in a little bit, probably at the credits, and let you know my final thoughts. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Critical Thinking, and I might be a sucker for a good story, true story based on true life events, whatever. So I think it's a lot better than 5.7 on IMDb. I'm in at least a 6, if not a 7 range. It's just a really good story, what happens here, and it's presented really well, I think. And and so the story continues from where we left off. I apologize, and they're trying to win different things and everything that's going on, and even the principles against them. So it's like the whole world's against these kids in a sense, and what they had to do to overcome all of that. The one thing I always look for in the end is, do we get to see what the real people look like and what happens after the film? I always like a couple of words of this is what happens to all the characters. Well, we don't get that piece of it, but we do get to see the actual people who this is based on. So that's pretty cool. And it's more, it's post-credit stuff, and they're actually speaking. So there's a little bit to that, but it's not, I'd also like to know what happens to these people afterwards. But otherwise, I think it's a great story, well acted. Especially for the kids. I liked all the kids there, and the camaraderie I had mentioned. I thought that was neat. And it's based on a true story, so I can't really fault this. But as I mentioned, they had to get other players to play on their team, and it happens more than once, kind of thing. And they still act like a great team and everything like that. you just wish the Fab Five would be the Fab Five throughout the whole thing. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So anyway, that's the only fault. But again, that's not a fault of the movie. That's the fault of the real story. So that's just silly, right? If you're a fan of underdog stories, John Leguizamo, if you're a fan of him, you got to check this out. I think he does a great job in everything that he's always in. So I think there's a great movie to watch. That's what I got. Not much else to tell without spoiling it for you. You don't have to be a fan of chess. Let me point that out. Chess is there. There's a lot of chess speak in it, but it doesn't, I don't want to say ruin the movie, but it doesn't make the movie boring or anything like that. I mean, I'm not a chess guy. I've played it in the past. I think there's certain people who can play chess really well, and I'm jealous of that. I'm not one of them, but so it's neat. I like it. So there you go. I'm rambling now. I feel like it. So hopefully I was helpful in some form or fashion. Check it out. It's definitely better than the 5.7 that's currently listed on IMDb. Make sure you're rated higher because a lot more people should watch this one. Alright, that's it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic. Of course, tell all your friends. If you want to hit the like button, you can hit the like button. And more importantly, continue to come back to Kimmel's Irish Pub for these riveting movie reviews. Alright, see ya.